Hello, 8th grade. This is Mrs. Politsky, and I have your notes for Chapter 7, Section 1, Physical Geography of Mexico. And as we go along, make sure you have your packet handy. We're going to start by talking a little bit about the border area. And really, when we look at the border, one is going to find a river known as the Rio Bravo in Mexico, but if you were in the United States, it's known as the Rio Grande. And the states of California kind of borders the Rio Bravo borders primarily Texas, but Mexico is also bordered by California, Arizona, and New Mexico in the north. When we move along the west coast, we have the Pacific Ocean, and then in the east, we have the Gulf of Mexico. When we look at the south, nations like Guatemala will border in the south, and you could probably also talk a little bit about Belize, kind of in the south east side of Mexico as well. Anyway, Mexico has 31 different states and one federal district. In 2000, Mexico's population was approximately 97.5 million people. If you compare that to the United States population is well over 300 million. So, proportionately, the population of Mexico is much smaller than that of the United States. Number two, Mexico is surrounded by bodies of water, such as the Pacific Ocean along the west coast, Gulf of Mexico, or Gulf of California, when we talk about Baja California, which is this region right here, the Gulf of Mexico to the east. East of the Yucatan Peninsula, you're going to find the Caribbean Sea. So we have these major bodies of water. Number three, when we talk about interior Mexico, it consists of, at roughly 1 point, high elevation areas roughly 2 miles above sea level. It's a rocky region known as the Mexican Plateau, which is on the map right here. It's kind of between the Sierra Madre Orientals and Sierra Madre Occidentals. Anyway, the term Sierra Madre means the mother range, and this consists of obviously the Sierra Madres in the east, known as the Orientals, and the Sierra Madre Occidentals, which are in the west. The Valley of Mexico is located between the Sierra Madres and is the home to Mexico's largest city, Mexico City. Number four, the people continue to live in the area of Mexico City despite the threat of volcanic eruptions and also earthquakes, because the area is their home, so they don't want to leave it. Popocatépetl, which you see pictured down here below, is a volcano that's located near Mexico City. It was last active in the year 2000. Mexico City was built on a dried out lake bed, dating back to the time of the Aztecs, which adds to the instability of the soil beneath it. When the Aztecs founded their city as their capital of Tenochtitlan in 1345, they built it on a swampy island in this lake. The Spaniards, when they conquered the Aztec in 1521, they cut the aqueducts and the canals that had connected the island to the mainland and spent some time filling in this lake with the rubble that they had basically got from the rubble of the Aztec buildings and things like that. Moving on, in number 6, the coastal lowlands surround Mexico on both the eastern and the western coast. The Gulf coastal plain on Mexico's east coast is a wide and flat region with soils and climate that are suitable for farming. Along the west side of Mexico is a wide plain as well. In the north, and then it kind of narrows off when we move south. The Yucatan Peninsula, which is right here, consists of flat coastal plains. Along with that, you have limestone that covers most of this area. Erosion has kind of been an issue in the Yucatan, and it has caused the formation of caves and sinkholes. What's interesting is not very far from places like Cancun and Cozumel, some of these limestone caves, for the most part, are things that tourists like to go and visit. Matter of fact, you can occasionally take boats or take inner tubes through these as a way of sightseeing. Number 8, Mexico has many different types of vegetation because of its great variety of climates. The Mexican Plateau can experience freezing temperatures as far south as Mexico City. Part of that is probably due to the elevation of this area. It does allow for occasional snow to fall. The climate of the northern part of the Yucatan Peninsula is very hot and dry, and it's covered by scrub forest. The climate of southern Mexico is different than that of northern Mexico. Southern Mexico is kind of warm and humid, kind of has what we would call a humid tropical and also a tropical savanna kind of climate. Well, when we look at northern Mexico, it's hot and dry, like a desert climate, and has kind of steppe features. We'll move forward here. There we go. Number 11, cactus is a favorite food in Mexico. In the center of the Mexican flag is a picture of an eagle with a snake in its beak, and it's perched on top of a prickly pear cacti. After the prickly spikes are removed, you have a juicy, tender nopales that can be served in salads as a main course or in dessert. And number 12, Mexico is rich in natural resources. One of the most important is petroleum. The oil reserves can be found mainly under the southern and the Gulf coastal plains and the Gulf of Mexico. The United States buys most of Mexico's oil. And then to wrap up here, Mexico produces more silver than any other country in the world. And number 10, water scarcity is a serious issue, especially in northern Mexico because of the hot, dry climate. All right. Thank you very much.